Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 6th of August, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index, just still continuing sinking lower. Of course, it hasn't really reversed on the 1% point and figure chart yet, has on the 0.5%, and we do have these downside targets on the 60-minute chart. This key level of about 92.50 is really the critical level now. We've found support there. If that breaks, that's going to be bad news for the dollar, and we're seeing that showing up in the daily chart. Remembering this is my weekly, daily, and 60-minute, my long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market. Taking a look at the euro, we're seeing that stronger against the dollar. Again, resistance at 119, so that translates to the same levels we're just discussing on the dollar index chart. The yen dollar rate is at 105.5, so we're just seeing that weaker dollar hitting there, and sterling looking stronger still against the dollar at 131. More positive news out from the Bank of England this morning, but really this is quite a resistance level, so it'll be interesting to see if we can smash that. Against the euro, we're sitting at 111 on sterling. So it has bounced this morning, as we're seeing, but still in long-term decline there on the sterling chart against the euro. And against the Swiss franc, we're sitting at 119.55. Can't get back above that 120 mark. Taking a look at Bitcoin, we're sitting at $11,700. We're off this morning, but that is recovery, and we're seeing here really Bitcoin making moves more and more to challenge this 2019 high of around $14,000. The S&P 500 index was up yesterday about by 0.2%. Now starting to get closer to that previous high that we saw in March, and so that will be very interesting. Of course, the Nasdaq is through that all-time high and just continues to push higher, being powered by tech stocks, of course. The Dow up 1%, so we're seeing sentiment there still pretty strong. The futures this morning, the S&P future and the Nasdaq E-mini very flat, so hard to call which way the market will open. And the VIX volatility has been making new lows below the June lows, so that's good news for the market. We're seeing the VIX volatility coming right off. FTSE future is down 1% this morning, and the DAX cash market is down very slightly. The CAC Quarante is down by 0.2%. So we are just seeing a little bit of a sell-off in Europe. Japan was down 0.4%, and the Hang Seng was down 0.2%. The long-term downtrend continuing here, having hit resistance on the short-term chart. Chinese stocks are up 0.25%. So that's looking a little bit better. The Sensex was up 0.2%. That chart's still looking pretty good on all three time frames, and the Aussie market up 0.2%, just struggling to get back into bull territory there. And of course, the long-term chart is still a long way from its previous high. Taking a look at gold, we're sitting at $20.50, so really just smashing that $2,000 mark. So that's really looking very strong indeed. We've got a target of 21.63 on the short-term chart. Go to the 1-minute charts if you're trading gold, and then the long-term targets looking pretty good too. Silver smashed the $26 resistance, now sitting at 27.75, looking very strong indeed. Looking at US 10-year yields, they're sitting at 0.53%, so we are still just in bearish territory on all three charts there. Taking a look at the European market energy mix, just first of all looking at Brent crude, we're still holding on to the $45 mark. We did nudge $46 yesterday, but it's still looking pretty strong. We have got a little downside target, but mostly we are edging higher there. And WTI is down 0.5% this morning, but still looking pretty strong on the week. And if we look at US nat gas, holding that $2.21 level, so looking pretty strong there as well. And coal is down this morning, just struggling to get back above $60 on coal, so we are just seeing that there, but the short-term chart does show support with upside targets. Emissions looking stronger, 27.22, 27.55 was our target this week, and we have a new target now at 28.55. So the recovery is well underway there. We see here we are forming that new trend in emissions, so that's looking very strong indeed. And looking at European gas, NBP, is above 20p for the first time in a long time, and TTF is at 7.55. So European gas markets are recovering. We see here this move into the pattern sideways and then move out again. That's looking very strong. Winter gas also looking stronger, 1180. So also the recovery there very much underway, and German power now holding the 40 euro mark pretty convincingly, back above the cloud, looking pretty bullish. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.